It's been a while, and we are back again here in Camp Maalam Podcast, where minds sit on the couch, ideas stir in a cup, and knowledge holds the mic.
For our second episode, we will be joined by the Pampanga State Agricultural University Intellectual Property Unit Head, Miss Angeli Dimabuyo. Ma'am, once again po, thank you for saying yes po sa invitation namin po.
Okay, thank you then for inviting me as your guest for your second episode.
So yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon is isa sa mga importanteng legal matters in terms of research, academe, or sa in any aspect naman, in any areas. Ang pag-uusapan natin is about intellectual property unit. And of course, sino pa ba yung pwedeng mag-share ng mahalagang detalye or sino pa ba yung pwedeng maging expert in terms of intellectual property kundi ang intellectual property unit head ng university. To start yung discussion po ma'am, siguro bigyan natin sila ng background. Ano ba yung naging journey natin? Ano po yung naging journey nyo as a head ng intellectual property unit ng university?
The IP unit started as a project, intellectual property and technology business management, na supported by DOST Picard. We started in 2019. So I was tapped by Jacob Anderson Sanchez to join the team na kinompose lang ng 5 katao. So when I joined the team, I barely knew anything about intellectual property. To be honest with you, I only know copyright. Yun lang yung pinaka-common term. Yes. Para, well, yun ang pinaka-common na term. And yun lang yung madalas ma-encounter na term. And for me, intellectual property is a very technical thing na kumbaga ang mga scientists or ang mga legal experts lang ang involved. But then as I got more involved in the operations of the project na eventually na institutionalized at naging office, mas nabigyan ng value or mas nabigyan ng um, pagpapahalaga yung intellectual property. So I realized that intellectual property is connected to innovation, development, and creativity. So, halimbawa, ang isang research output o kaya naman ang isang simpleng tula or ang isang produkto can have a value worth protecting. So, bukod dun, na-realize ko rin that it is not just about legal rights. What we want to share to people is that it is more of recognizing recognizing the work of individuals or teams na mabibigyan sila ng credit kasi gawa nila or idea nila ang bagay na yon. And that no one gets credited for for doing nothing or contributing nothing to any technology. Mga ganon. And siguro, most importantly is um ang pinaka realization is na ang IP protection is not just about yun nga securing protection, but it's about establishing or building a culture na yung mga tao alam nila yung value or worth ng mga creations nila.
Ginagawa nila. Yes. In terms of promotion, nabanggit niyo ma'am po na one of the objectives po ng unit is to promote, to make people know yung importance ng pagproprotekta ng mga gawa nila po. Ano po kaya yung mga one of the biggest challenges po ng in promoting intellectual property awareness dito sa university or even in general?
Mhm. probably based on experience din, ang pinaka-challenge talaga is raising awareness. Ang awareness kasi since nasa isang academic institution tayo, hindi lang limited to faculty members. So we have to involve students as well. So devising awareness programs o kaya yung awareness seminars is a bit difficult. First and foremost kasi, busy ang mga tao. Time naman ang kalaban natin kapag gano'n. But, the unit along with, the other offices under the, Office of Innovation, they collaborate para makabuo tayo ng hindi lang mga seminars, but, also hold trainings, para sa mga faculty members. Kumbaga, yung mga seminars and trainings na crafted specifically for, say, students, for faculty researchers, for yung mga faculty na involved sa crafting ng mga modules o kaya naman ng mga um, IMs or instructional materials. So, yun yung pinaka-challenge, raising awareness. Along with that, yung raising awareness, siguro ang challenge din is yung hesitation nila to get involved sa anything about intellectual property because they lack sufficient information about it. Kumbaga, kapag usaping rights, meron silang mga hesitation kasi baka hindi pala sa kanila ang ownership or baka may kahati sila dun sa ownership. So, ang gusto natin makita nila na ang intellectual property ay hindi naman intimidating. If we learn about it, mas masi-secure natin yung rights or yung protection para dun sa mga ginawa nato.
Yes, that is true actually, ma'am. Pag kasi narinig yung intellectual property, parang nakakatakot. Andiyan na yung intellectual, nandiyan pa yung property. Pag pinagsama, parang natatakot na yung mga tao kapag naririnig. And in terms of promotion, meron pong ginawa yung IP unit, I believe nung IP month, last month po, the Ipabalo Campus Edition. Bali, pinopromote doon sa Ipabalo yung mga usapin sa intellectual property para sa mga students and researchers dito sa university. And I think that is one of the great way po to promote intellectual property because it's a casual interview among students, among researchers po. And you also mentioned, ma'am, na nakikipag-coordinate yung IP units sa iba't ibang offices under Office of Innovation, and the knowledge management is actually under the IPTBM. And we also spearhead the promotional activities ng IP unit po. Na-mention niyo po kanina, ma'am, na hindi lang sa mga researchers limited yung pag-protect, pagpro-promote ng IP, kundi even with the students. And actually, Ma'am Jelly po is one of my professors during my college po as a BIL student. And ang focus po ng tinuturo ni Ma'am Jelly noon is purposive communication. But now in this setup na kayo po yung IP unit, and how do you help students and researchers po in protecting their works?
Mhm. So, like what was mentioned kanina, yung regular conduct of seminars at for awareness and yung pag-conduct ng mga trainings like trainings about how to do prior art searching, tapos paano gumawa ng claim draft para kumbaga para meron na silang alam 'pag nag-file sila ng kanilang protection, IP protection. But for students, we first teach them integrity. sa kanilang work. Kasi yun naman ang goal ng IP eh. It's to protect one's creation of the mind. So, mauuna dun yung intellectual integrity, yung hindi sila nagdadaya, hindi sila nangongopya, at kung gagamit sila ng idea ng iba, kailangan magbibigay sila ng credit doon sa tao or doon sa source nila. And then bukod dun, we also introduce intellectual property kung saan siya pwedeng ipasok. But last time nung nag-usap kami ni Director Walter ng Office of Innovation, nabanggit niya yung intention niya to propose na i-include ang intellectual property sa curriculum, which is I think is a very good step towards raising awareness, no? Para habang maaga, alam na ng mga bata, ng mga estudyante na puwede palang protektahan yung mga ideas nila or yung mga products na nagagawa nila. Karamihan kasi sa kanila ay hindi naman aware na puwede pala silang mag-claim halimbawa ng ownership ng mga bagay na ginawa nila halimbawa as part of their activity or as part of their thesis. So, ayun. And then, siguro ano pa ba ang naitutulong after raising their awareness, tutulungan naman yung mga gustong mag-file, how to properly accomplish yung mga documents na kailangan i-submit for technology protection and um, meron din tayong plagiarism tools na ah, kumbaga ginagamit para ma-check din yung mga ginawa nila. Yung iba naman, merong mga pupunta ng office and then they do individual consultations para mag-guide sila kung tama ba na ganito ang fina-file nila at kung kailan siya dapat i-file. So, importanteng ma-determine kung kailan ba best i-file ang isang intellectual property like an idea or a technology. So,
Na-mention niyo po na dapat alam nila kung kailan ifa-file yung, gawa nila, yung work of art po ng mga researchers natin. Ah, Kailan natin masasabi po na need ng i-file itong mga work of art nila? Do we have this time frame po or policy na sinusunod para dito po?
well, the best time is before you disclose it to the public. Importante na meron ka ng plan to have your idea secured bago mo pa man siya i-disclose sa ibang tao. May mga pagkakataon kasi na kapag hindi pa protected ang isang idea at nai-disclose na siya, na mas nagiging prone siya of theft.
Yes.
So, ginagamit na siya ng iba or kini-claim na siya ng iba na sa kanila. So, really the best time to have it filed is before disclosure sa public. May mga based on experience kasi, madalas tapos na ang isang work na i-present na siya, na-i-publish na siya, bago nila ma-realize na, kailangan ko pala siyang i-apply for IP protection. So, yung mga ganong instances, mas nagiging a little complicated and challenging yung process ng paghabol ng kanyang rights.
Throughout, your stay po as IT unit head, meron na po bang mga consultations na, "Ma'am, nanakawan ako ng, gawa ko ganyan, may gumagamit ng iba kong gawa. May mga instances po na gano'n kaya since nga baka hindi nila na-consider yung time frame kung kailan ba dapat nila i-apply yung IP nila po.
Well, sa personal experience ko, wala pa namang nakapagsabi sa'kin or nakapag-consult, ng gano'ng klaseng instance na nakuha na yung work niya. Pero, there was a time na meron sana kaming gustong i-file na patent. However, may prior, article siya na pinublish. So, nung gumawa na ng prior art search, nasa nasa public domain na yung kanyang mismong gawa. So, ang nangyari is, yung sarili din niya ang naging kumbaga, kalaban niya dun sa patent rights na kine-claim niya. So, yun yung sinasabi natin kapag nauna pa yung pagpa-publicize ng kanyang technology before, um filing nung kanyang, protection, kumbaga nababawasan or, ah, yung value na yung totoong value nung technology ay hindi nila nakukuha. So, parang gano'n.
As we can see po, well promoted yung IP dito sa university. So, have you seen an increase po sa mga applications for IP dito sa university throughout the years po ba? Meron bang increase?
Yes. Mas, dumami na din sila. Mas madami na kasi ang aware. So, and naka-add pa na meron na tayong, policy. Although, we will, still have to have it approved by the board. Meron na kasi tayong na-craft na policy na, magka-clarify nung mga guidelines, halimbawa yung mga provisions, kanino ba ang ownership, ano ba ang puwede kong matanggap, what can I get from, filing, and what can I file for protection. So, because we have those and mas madami na nga ang aware, mas dumami na yung mga lumalapit sa unit para magpatulong, para mag-file ng kanilang IMs or ng kanilang mga, ah, research outputs o kaya naman mga products nila for, right.
In terms of IT policies, I believe po ito yung ongoing effort ng IPTBM office as the regional lead din po for the RACE program, specifically for Project 1, the IPTBM, na ina-harmonize nila o tinutulungan yung ibang CMIs to craft their own IP policies para meron pong harmony in terms of applying these policies po in each respective university. One of the trending topics ngayon sa atin is AI. In terms of IP po and AI, do you think we see AI po as a threat maybe in the world of IP po?
Um, to be honest, I think we should not see it as a threat. Uh, it is important to establish kung ano ba ang tingin natin sa AI. AI is actually introduced as a tool to help us. And kapag ginamit siya ng tama to, uh, kumbaga enhance, say for example, what you have created so far, then I believe hindi siya nagiging threat. It's a good tool to help you increase the value of your work further. However, since in Philippine setting, wala tayong concrete guidelines sa use ng AI. Minsan, ang nagiging tanong is, kapag gumamit ba ng AI, kanino ang ownership? Does it still belong to the human or does it belong to the software? Based din sa guidelines ng intellectual property, ang pwede lang mag-claim ng rights, uh, ay ang tao. So, wala tayong, kumbaga protection for an AI. So, kung, tama naman ang gamit natin sa AI, I don't see it as a threat. But it's still important to, uh, have guidelines kung, hanggang saan ba ang gamit ng AI, ah, hanggang, ano ang puwede niyang maitulong sa iyong work. And then siyempre kailangan may declaration ng AI use. Kasi what we have to, remember is that we are protecting originality ng creation. Tapos, dapat hindi yun, yung effort din ng taong gumawa or ng individual na gumawa ay hindi dapat kumbaga parang ma-overshadow ng AI tool na ginamit niya.
I agree po, ma'am, kasi hati ngayon po, yung, mga opinions in terms of AI. And here in the knowledge management unit po, we have the plagiarism scan. And under this plagiarism scan, we detect AI sa mga papers ng mga students po actually and other researchers po. So what we do here po is, actually we have a set of guidelines po. Kung ano ba yung sinusunod namin. For instance, yung score po ng AI. Because we are not against with the use of AI po, but it should be limited po. And kailangan po yung mga students dito ginagamit siya responsibly po.
That's right.
Kasi po, we cannot just use it na entirely yung paper when thesis ng mga students na-generate lang siya through AI. Yun po yung parang somehow ah, hindi pabor yung KM po. So, ang ginagawa namin po is through our software po, dine-detect namin ilang percent ba yung na-paraphrase lang or ilang percent yung wholly na generate through AI po. And with this, somehow na-eliminate natin yung baka hindi na kasi masyadong ginagamit ng mga students yung skills nila in terms of writing din po. Baka entirely nakarely na lang sila sa AI. And through the submissions din po ng copyright sa IT unit, actually dumadaan sila sa KM or plagiarism scan. And through this plagiarism scan, na-detect natin po yung mga parts na na-generate through AI. And if masyado siyang mataas or if parang kalahati ng paper na generate siya through AI, binabalik natin po. This is not just para po sa unit or sa office natin, but also for the sake of our clients po, for them to uh, believe on their own skills, so, to write, to generate yung mga ideas na meron sila sa isip nila. With all the things that we mentioned po about how is it in the field of academe or in research, and paano yung nagiging approach natin sa mga students and researchers in promoting IP. We are now down to our last topic po, why IB matters. Bakit ba siya mahalaga talaga po?
Intellectual property matters because it protects the value of ideas and also the people behind them. It gives creators the right to be recognized, and it also gives them the confidence to share and develop their work. Uh, I think intellectual property also plays a big role in innovation because when you know that your work is protected, you're more likely to enhance or develop your work or to create another technology. Similarly, intellectual property is not just about protection of ideas. It's a form of encouragement. It is a way to honor the creativity, the effort, and the knowledge of the individuals. Siguro lastly, intellectual property matters because it helps build a culture where protection is not an afterthought, but a natural part of creation.
And with that, IP truly matters po. Because pwede kang gumawa, pwede kang sumulat ng mga gawa mo. But yes, ikaw yung gumawa nito. But until naprotektahan mo ito, dun mo palang mapapatunayan o makakabit talaga yung pangalan mo dun sa gawa mo po. So with that, through the Intellectual Property Unit, if you have creations that you want to protect po, just contact or visit the IPTB and Office of the Pampanga State Agricultural University po. And with the commitment of IP Unit, they continuously trying to promote, to raise awareness toward intellectual property. Ipabalo to make people know, to inform other people about the importance of intellectual property.